going to be watching, or rather reading, an article called Frogs Hitch Ride on Water Buffalo Never Before Seen. There's a picture of the buffalo at the top of the page with frogs all over him. And the question here is, what is the relationship between these two? Why are they hanging out together? It doesn't seem like an amphibian and a mammal should be just chilling together. You know what I'm saying? So what I want you to do as I'm reading is look for how frogs and water buffalo help each other. And if you have the paper in front of you, you could underline that as you're reading, as I'm reading too. So if you will, looking for how frogs and water buffalo help each other. We'll begin at the bottom underneath the author's name, Mary Bates, published August 17th, 2017. It says water buffaloes in Turkey have been spotted carrying some unusual hitchhikers, tiny frogs. In autumn, farmers along the Black Sea coast release their domesticated Antilonian water buffalo to wallow in the marshes, where a menagerie of marsh frogs hops on board, a new study says. Some birds forage on top of large mammals, including cattle, rhinos, and zebras. But this is the first time scientists have described such a relationship between amphibians and a large mammal. The initial observation was accidental, as is often the case in ecological research, says study leader Piotr Zduniak, who saw the spectacle while bird watching in the Kizlyar Delta, one of the Middle East's largest wetlands. Zduniak, an ecologist at Poland's Adam Mickiewicz University, and colleagues returned to the next fall to northern Turkey and observed 10 more occasions in which marsh frogs clung to the buffalo backs and heads. On the backside, says one buffalo was covered with a whopping 27 frogs, though the average number of amphibians per ungulate was between 2 and 5, according to the paper in the journal Acta Herpetologica. So let's start looking again for what do they do to help each other. Warm body. So why were the frogs hitching rides? There's one strong clue. Most of the frogs were eating insects that live in the buffalo's shaggy coat, similar to how birds feed on large mammals. Additionally, the scientists observed the frogs jumping on the buffalo in the fall when frog numbers are plentiful and competition for food is fierce. In addition to providing a free meal, Zuniak adds, the warm-blooded mammals are like heaters for the cold-blooded amphibians, which could be important when the temperature is low. Not only that, but the buffalo may also benefit from its froggy friends by removing disease-causing or simply bothersome flies and parasites. Now, there actually is another page to this article, but I don't want you to read it because of what I'm going to have you do at the end of our activity today. So now you need to go back to the slideshow and answer the questions about what frogs and buffalo do for each other. And remember, you can always look back in the article.